And we're ready to begin, and we're so pleased you're here, and we've waited for you your entire lives, and we've waited to tell you this one statement. You couldn't become anyone else. That means that you were born a unique being that decided to be on the physical plane at this time to offer something really wonderful to your world and to yourself. That means that you start to embrace your authentic path, your life mission, and your soul's journey. And that's what you each have. Now, we understand many of you would not accept that or understand it, especially during this time in your world, but we have given you guidance. And our messenger didn't accept it either, so this is why we decided to get out a little bit ahead, as we've always done. The title of that message is something we gave you tomorrow last year. We've given you everything in advance, and what we've also done is we had our messenger show you what we have done, so we had him do a little analysis to prove it to you that it's all aligned, meaning that there's alignment in your life and in the universe. You just figure it out at different times when you happen to live on the earth plane. We have said there have been many beings who have come before who have brought you great works to understand how you evolve as humans. You all do it, but you do it in different ways. Now, our messenger did something a little different. He agreed to move through his life and accept all of this information we have given him, which he did not understand, and then he comes to find out that it healed him, that it brought through clarity, that it was an ascension guide, which is what you all wanted, and it took him a while to see it. But we decided today, because you have moved into another energetic portal tomorrow. This is why we're doing this today, because it's still the 29th, but we wanted you to have it on the 30th. And as you go to our website, anyadvicefortoday.com, we have given you all the messages in advance, but you need to go to 2024 and you'll see that. And if you take it through August the 10th, you will see that we've laid it all out, because we were in coincidence with your Mercury in retrograde, so we wanted more of you to have time to work on who you're becoming. And we're saying that because you're each here to become something wonderful. And when you're holding yourselves back, then you suffer in different ways, and our messenger has done that, so we're intervening today. He didn't know we were going to do this, but we took over, because he doesn't explain things really well all the time, and this is why it's easier when it comes through us. And you might have heard that in one of the recent recordings. We had him resurrect, and that's what we're saying, because you hadn't heard it before, so we had him put it up there so you could hear it, because he's hidden from himself, as you all do. We're saying this because if you had not done that, you would all have changed your world by now, and things would be wonderful. But you're in process, and you're always in process. We just gave you a plan. We gave you a way to get there. We gave you something that's so new that many of you couldn't understand it or accept it. We've said that we have given you a combination of self-actualization, personal improvement, and ascension tools, and they're all together. And we know that they work because they've healed our being. And if more of you were to do it, you would heal your world. That's what we wanted to say, because we gave you another message where we said utopia is attainable. You could change everything that's happening in your world now if you change yourself. If you decide that you were going to really love yourself and move through all the restrictions and limitations that you have had. Your inner world is energy. It's complete energy, and you will all contributing to it. You can look at your world and your governments and all of that and think they're doing it all, and it's you. This is what we've always wanted you to understand, how important you are, how your presence on the earth plane at this time is so amazingly vital and important and necessary. We're saying that because you think at certain things that are occurring should not be occurring, and we're saying yes, they should, because you're each trying to come to a greater understanding of who you are individually and who you could be as a planet, as a world, as a civilization. And we've given you a way to get there. Now, we understand all of you will not accept that, and this is why we had him see the message yesterday where we said you can lead a horse to water. And you all know the rest of that, but you can't cause him to drink. And he's been doing that. We're saying this because he's held himself back, because it was too astonishing that he had come up with something, that it came through him, something that could change your life and the world. But we're saying that it's true, and it's actually accurate, and we've had him prove it by using your artificial intelligence to analyze everything we have given you, and it's all in alignment. And we'll have him give you the document that we had him do to look at just these last days of July to see that what we gave you before was coming to the energetic portals that you're moving through now, and if you understand what is occurring, you don't get as afraid. You don't get as freaked out about the events that are happening, and you decide instead that you're going to move into what you came to do. This is what we're saying to each of you. You came to the world to offer something. We know that many of you have had difficult times or challenging lives and all of that, but that was all part of the plan. That's all of what you accepted. And so now is the time to move beyond that. Now is the time for more acceptance. So we stopped our messenger today because he's talked about this forever, and you all have, where you go so far and then you stop. And he's done that. We said we want you to finish putting our work together so people have the full program, because then everyone could ascend to this higher, greater understanding of who they are. Now, he's done it all. You can see what's happened to him. How could he be almost 75 and everything has changed and he's going in a different direction? That's because of everything that we have given him. But he doubted himself just like you all do, and so he didn't finish. And we've been on his case. We said, now finish it. He's heard several messages that we had him resurrect again, where we said it years ago. We're saying this to each of you, because you've done the same thing. There's something that you're just a little afraid of doing, or you're not sure of, or you're just a little lost or confused. You're never that. And if you look at the message that we gave you on this day, tomorrow, again, you will see that we brought that up. And we brought it up many years ago, as a matter of fact, because it's a process that you each move through, and it's in your consciousness. All that you use when you come into the physical world is your consciousness, and that is your mind, and that's how you choose to think about it. But your consciousness that you have inherited is always limited, and you're meant to change that. It doesn't matter where you came from or who you are, it's always limited. And this is the time that more of you meant to change it so that you could create something different in your world. Nothing is happening accidentally. And we're saying this, and you'll see that message as well, because we wanted you to understand the events that are happening in your world and in your lives that are meant to cause you to expand, evolve, and become wonderful. And we're saying that because that's within each of you. And so we told our messenger we wanted him to change even the face of his website and say, welcome to your path to greatness. Because this is what we've given you, a way to access and live the greatness that is within each of you. There are no exceptions to that except the ones that you've made in your mind, the ones that you've made in your thinking, where you keep telling yourself you're not enough, you're not the one to do it, you can't, you don't have talent, you don't have worth, you don't have, what you're doing doesn't matter, all of those things. They are so nonsensical because they don't align up in ultimate reality. You're each important in your own way and whatever you came to do. That is every single soul. The difference is many people will not believe that and not hear it, and so it depends on you to do it so that you change things in your life, and then the more of you who do it, you start to change things in your world. But this is what we wanted you to have, and we want you to do something else. We said it before when we had the last live conversation with you, but we're giving it to you again. If you go to our site and just look through the messages from 2024, from this day through August 10th, and you will see that we've lined it out, and it's going to coincide with the events that you'll see happening in your world. Now, you haven't seen this occur again because our messenger has had difficulty because he does not fit with the normal, as you call them, channelers or people who bring in information, because he did something different. He was not around before. He was not in this game before because we had him hidden. He was collecting all the information. Many of you have done that too, and that's coming about now. Many of you who have been chosen and you have been light workers, you've been doing the same thing. But now is the time that you're meant to move and shine more and to stop hiding your brilliance. Stop hiding who you are. And this is why we had to intervene again and get him to do that today. Because when he's talking to you as himself, he doesn't let everything come through in the way that we would like. Because all of you can achieve greatness, because all you have to do is change your consciousness, and that's when you let go of the energies that have held you back, and you start healing, you start becoming abundant, and you live everything that you're meant to have, except if you don't own yourself. And this is why we're told him please stop doing what you're doing and finish this so more people can have it, and open up different ways so more people can have this work, because what we have given you, and we'll say it again because we know many of you will listen to this and not believe it. He had difficulty believing it as well, but you'll have a hard time trying to argue with us, but we have given you something that could change your life and the world, because the only difficulty any of you have is not being able to answer a question about yourself. We've answered them all for you. We didn't answer them. We didn't give you your answers. We gave you a way to find your answers, because they're all within you. And this is what we wanted you to understand today, because no one else could have been you. And you are supposed to be here. You are the one who came to the earth to do something wonderful, and there are no exceptions to that. Just the way that you go about it would be different. But the more of you who decide at this time, because it's a pivotal time in your world, more of you decide to take those next step into ownership of yourselves, you're going to see a very different life for yourself, and then you'll start to see a very different world. And that was our goal. And we wanted you to have this message on this state, because you keep trying to be someone else, and you were born to be something that is within you. That is your authenticity, your authentic self. However you think of it, that is the goal. And you each have it, and each of you has something wonderful. There's no insignificant or worthless people ever born. You just have patterns of thought that you need to change to access that higher, greater place, and we have given you all of it. We're saying this now because he's been trying to explain, what is this work? Who is it for? It's for any person who wants to live a better life, who wants to become more, who wants to ascend, who wants to expand, who wants to evolve. That's what it's for. So we have given it for everyone. It doesn't matter how old you are, what you've done or haven't done, because you're always in process. And this is what we wanted you to understand. The only difference with our messenger is he developed a different ability to be able to hear us, to access information in a different way, and because your time and space is something that always confuses each of you. But if you realize that everything is happening in the now, he just developed the ability to hear us years ago and bring it about now. That's all that's happened. But it's for you. It's for you to understand how you can expand and evolve to the higher state of understanding. And again, we told him he has to change because he keeps trying to get everyone else to understand, and some of you won't. Because you may choose, and this is a choice again, and we've said it often, you may choose to stay afraid and angry. Because those are going to be the choices that you each are going to come up with as your world keeps changing. We said that you can choose love or fear. You choose love when you decide to love yourself and move through all the old stuff, and you choose fear when you don't do that, when you retreat, when you go back into hiding. And so we would love for you to choose love. That's been everything that we have given you. That was the purpose of all of our work, and that was the purpose of our messenger's life. And now he can start to fulfill it, because he wants all of you to do the same thing. We just can't cause you to do it, but we can certainly give you the way, and we have given you that path to greatness, as we said on this day a year ago. Now you'll understand it, and more of you will accept it, and this is why we said more of you will change today. We love you all so very much.